Scorpio, Scorpio. Welcome back to Starspoken Oracle. This is episode 11 of your Starspoken weekly reading, and today we are reading for Scorpio, for the week of July 15th through July 21st, 2026. Scorpio, I need you to sit down for this one, and I need you to hear me all the way to the end, because the deck is doing something with you this month that I have rarely seen it do. Last week, you drew Death, your own card, the card of the ending already underway. I told you then that what refuses to end cannot be reborn, and I asked you to hold the funeral. This week, the deck turned over its sequel. There is exactly one card in the tarot that traditionally follows death in intensity, and you have drawn it. 2 weeks. 2 of the heaviest cards in the deck. Back to back. The deck is not picking on you, it is finishing something for you. Stay with me, because by the end of this reading you are going to see this week very differently than its reputation suggests. Every week I shuffle the deck for all 12 signs and let the cards fall where they need to, and yours, Scorpio, came down like weather. The sky first. The cosmic weather. We are in the waxing days after the new moon in Cancer, which seeded your 9th house, beliefs, horizons, the big story you tell yourself about how life works. Keep that phrase in mind, the story you tell yourself. It is about to matter. Mercury retrograde is in its final week, stationing direct on July 23rd. The last days of a retrograde are its excavation floor, the deepest layer, where the real artifact finally comes up. For you, that artifact is a piece of truth. It has been working its way to the surface for 3 weeks. Venus continues through Leo at the very top of your chart, your 10th house of career and reputation, warming how you are seen by the people who decide things. Whatever else this week shakes, your standing is protected and even polished. Remember that on Thursday. Mars, your ancient ruler, pushes on through Gemini and your 8th house, the house Scorpio itself owns, intimacy, shared resources, the depths. Your engine is running in its home territory. And the week closes with a first quarter moon in Libra on Tuesday, July 21st, in the quietest room of your chart, a checkpoint of release, arriving exactly when you will need it. Leo season begins the next day. The season change will feel, for you, like surfacing. Your card reveal. Scorpio, take a breath, the deep kind. This week, the deck has given you the Tower. Card number 16 of the Major Arcana. A tall tower on a rock, its crown blasted off by a bolt of lightning. Flames in the windows. 2 figures falling. It is the card everyone fears at the fair, the one movies use for doom, and almost everyone reads it wrong. So let me tell you what the tower actually is. It is a building that was already condemned. The lightning does not destroy something true. It destroys something false, a structure built on a foundation everyone quietly knew was cracked. The lightning is not the disaster. The lightning is the light finally arriving all at once. What the tower means for you. Here is the sequence the deck has been running, Scorpio, and once you see it you cannot unsee it. 2 weeks ago, something in your life ended, quietly, internally. Death asked you to admit it and honor it. Most of that ending happened in the underground, where you live. But something built on top of that ending is still standing on the surface, a structure, an arrangement, a story from your ninth house, a belief about how this part of your life was supposed to work. It is standing out of habit, not truth. And this week, the lightning takes it. What does that look like in a real week? Usually one of these, a truth spoken aloud that everyone had been managing around. A plan that collapses abruptly, and in collapsing, reveals it was never actually agreed on. A belief, about a person, a path, an institution, yourself, that meets one fact it cannot survive. The event may take 5 minutes. The relief takes longer to admit, but it comes, and you know it comes, because you are the sign that has never once rebuilt a lie after watching it fall. Here's what I most need you to hold on to: the tower is not your house. It is a structure you outgrew, and the figures in the card are not dying, they are leaving a burning building, which is the sane thing to do. The retrograde's final week supplies the missing fact: the lightning is simply the moment it lands. And the crown that comes off the tower's top? That is the old story's authority ending. Yours begins after. The one tower rule, and it is absolute: do not rebuild for 72 hours. The hands always want to stack the same stones the same way, immediately, to stop the feeling of open sky. Wait. What you build in next week's clean air, Mercury direct, Leo season lighting your career, will be built on rock. Areas of life. In love, a truth surfaces. If you are in a relationship, something unsaid gets said this week, possibly by you, possibly to you. It will feel seismic for an evening and cleansing by the weekend, because what falls is not the love, it is the pretense that was leaning on it. Intimacy after honest lightning is the deepest kind, and your card knows it. If you are single, a revelation about someone, or about the story you were telling yourself about someone, sets you abruptly, mercifully free. Thank the lightning. In work and career, a plan or assumption may collapse midweek, a project reversed, a structure reorganized, a certainty unmade. 2 anchors. First, Venus is guarding your reputation at the top of your chart, so the shakeup does not damage how you are seen. If anything, your composure during it becomes the thing people remember. Second, do not volunteer to rebuild the old thing. The falling structure is making room, and next season, your career's brightest in months, fills the space with something sounder. In money, the tower classically warns of the surprise expense or the revealed weakness, the account, arrangement, or assumption that one fact undoes. If it comes, meet it from your 8th house strength, consolidate, keep the emergency margin untouched until the dust settles, and make no structural financial decisions until after the 23rd. What the lightning shows you about the foundation is worth more than what the repair costs. In health, lightning lives in the body as stored tension, jaw, shoulders, the held breath. This week it needs somewhere physical to go: hard exercise, cold water, a scream into a pillow if it comes to that, anything but staying still and letting the charge circle. Sleep may be electric midweek: ground it with heavy meals, heavy blankets, and no screens after the shake. Your week, day by day. Wednesday, July 15th, batten down gently, Clear the week of what can be cleared, back up what can be backed up, retrograde hygiene, and note, in one sentence, which structure in your life feels hollow when you knock on it. You already know. Thursday the 16th through Friday the 17th is the likely lightning window. When it comes, the sentence, the fact, the collapse, do only two things: stay standing, and say as little as possible while it is still falling. Composure is your entire assignment. Saturday the 18th, walk the rubble without touching it, 72-hour rule in effect, no fixing, no calls to renegotiate, no stacking stones. Move your body hard instead. Sunday the 19th, write the lightning down, one page titled What the Lightning Showed Me, just facts and a relief you are not supposed to admit. Admit it. Monday the 20th, notice the view. With the tower down, something is visible that the walls used to block, a possibility, a freedom, a truth about what you actually want. Name it, do not act on it yet. And Tuesday the 21st, the first quarter moon in your house of release, let go of the last piece formally, the object, the message thread, the story, and sleep early. Wednesday opens your brightest career season of the year, with the ground finally clear. 3 journal prompts for the week. Which structure in my life have I been maintaining because demolition frightened me more than the lie? What did I feel in the first 60 seconds after the truth landed, and how much of it, honestly, was relief? And what does the view look like now that the wall is gone? Your weekly guidance. Here is your concrete assignment, Scorpio, the 72-hour rule, formalized. When the lightning strikes this week, and you will know it when it does, mark the time. For the next 72 hours, your only jobs are, keep your footing, keep your counsel, and keep your hands off the stones. No rebuilding, no rescuing the old shape, no drafting the long text at 1 a.m. Instead, each of those 3 days, write 3 lines before bed: what fell, what it showed, what feels, quietly, guiltily, undeniably, lighter. On the 4th day, and not before, ask the only question that matters: what deserves to be built here now? You are the zodiac's master of exactly this, Scorpio. Everyone else survives their tower. You are the one sign that knows how to use one. And watch for a sign, actual lightning, a blown fuse, a light flickering at a meaningful moment. The card has a sense of humor about announcing itself. When it happens, smile, you were told. Closing. So that is your week, Scorpio. The tower, the condemned structure taken by light, the truth arriving all at once, and 72 disciplined hours between you and the best rebuild of your year. Your affirmation for this week, say it out loud if you can. I do not fear the lightning, I am the lightning's oldest student. What falls was false, what stands is mine, and I build my next life on rock. Carry that with you, especially in the first hour after the strike. If this reading resonated, tap the like button so the algorithm shows Scorpio readings to the Scorpio souls who need them. And tell me in the comments, Death, then the Tower, back to back, what is the deck finishing for you this month? I read every comment, and this week I especially will. And subscribe so you don't miss episode 12, because after Death and the Tower, what the deck deals you for the first week of Leo season is the card I am most curious about in months. You will want to be here for it. Trust the timing. The stars have spoken.